You can't get enough of those guys. You can't, for special team purposes. And maybe the biggest improvement that we made, I thought, from the first year to the second year was our play on special teams. We won probably about half those games, or more than that. About every game we won was because of special teams. We blocked 6 punts a year ago. Every one of those games we won, we blocked a punt. We were 6-0, we blocked a punt, and the Kelsons, and Zach, all those guys that just be able to get those guys running down kickoff returns, and you watch that tape a little bit. There's going to be some skill there that you'll see. Zach Dunston was the other guy who was involved in punt block, but those guys can help you on special teams, which is the third phase we get a win.
Speaking of special teams, obviously you lose Case, you lose Tyler. You still be looking for a kicker or punter?
Well, we got a punter here enrolled in January. There's a prep school guy that's out there right now, and of course we got a couple guys on campus that we think can do that. But we'll see what happens here in spring. We have a couple guys we think are pretty good.
And your long snapper that you got, he seems like he can really fly down the field too.
I like him because in our scheme of things, we don't ask our long snapper to protect. And if you watch our punt, it's always we have a premium placed on coverage, which means we got missiles that you'll see Aaron Dobsons and Bookers, and you'll see all those guys when we get free released to force a fair catch. And the one thing we did well in that bowl game was going into that thing, they were number one in American punt returns. They had 0 return yards against us. That was because of our coverage. Well, now what we've done is take Matt Sakata, who's not only a great long snapper we had in camp, but he's also a great football player. He's not very big. He can run like crazy. He played in the Shrine Game in North Carolina. But now he'll give us a long snapper that can run. Tyson was a good snapper, but he couldn't run. And we told him the same thing. But that gives us a guy that can actually give you another missile in your scheme of things that they have to account for, and it helps you with coverage.
Doc, I know you don't put too much stock in the stars and the rankings and that kind of stuff, but do the players you're talking to, the kids you're trying to get to join your class, do they pay attention to who else might be in the class with them?
No, I think so. I think anytime you can sign or get a commitment from an AJ Leggett, from the kind of kids we've got here right now, the Kent Tureens, those guys that are whatever stars they are, but they're being recruited by, they say, well, something's going on there. We lost a kid, it was us in Florida, and I thought we had a great shot at him. So the other kid goes to Tennessee, we got a chance to get that kid, but we're getting kids, that other people want, which is a good thing, and we're in some battles with some really good schools out there. And that's one thing our staff does is we don't, just because somebody else is recruiting them, we're not going to go after them. We're going after the same guys that the Floridas and Tennessees and those other schools are going after, and we'll take our chances and we'll get a few of them. That's what's happening.
And a little more along those lines now with like social media, like Facebook and Twitter, and these players that maybe wouldn't normally necessarily talk to each other from the different parts of the state. Now they have the chance to communicate with each other and the fans. What kind of other aspects does that add into recruiting?
I hate it. It's just to me, Facebook and Twitter and all that stuff. You guys like it, I hated it. Just it's I guess it's okay. I don't get involved in it, but it's dangerous, to be honest with you. At times, what's happening to these kids with this stuff. You got to be so careful with. There's a lot of kids that have ruined their lives and ruined their careers by saying something stupid on Facebook or Twitter. And I don't know. We try to do a great job with our players on campus with that, but it's scary what's going on out there in the social media with the internet and Twitter and all that. There's things we have to worry about now as coaches. We never had to worry about. Before you just worry about recruiting, playing ball, or coaching ball. Now you got to worry about what the hell your kids say on Twitter. So I don't know. I don't like it, to be honest with you.
Coach, with a kid like Leggett who lives in Tennessee, obviously their facilities and money, it's SEC. How do you combat that? How do you convince them to come?
Well, about a year, we're going to have nice facilities like they are. We're going to build $30 million worth of facilities, and our indoors will be just as nice as theirs. And but that's it's not all about what we try to talk about is, and I've said it 100 times, is there's bigger budgets, there's bigger programs out there, but there's not a program in America that means more to their fan base and community than Marshall University does, because we went through the crash in 1970. And I truly mean that. We bring those kids on campus, they feel that. We go into those restaurants, we go to places, and just the passion that the people here in town and part of the university have, for our program and for this community is just unbelievable. And it's all not about bricks and mortar. About brick and mortar. It's about the coaches, and our coaches do a tremendous job. It's about the relationships. And I tell kids all the time, so the greatest thing in the world, if done properly, is coach-player relationship. I can assure you it's been done properly here, and that's why we're getting the kids that we're getting. The Jawan Siders, the Todd Hartleys, those guys out there that I've got recruiting are doing such a great job with these kids, they can't tell them no. And that's what has to happen. And, we're going to be relentless recruiters. We're not going to be. I mean, I've hired 7 guys. I got 2 more coming that have the same philosophy that I do, and they'll never change because it's a personnel-driven game. And when people forget that, they get beat. We got good players. We got a chance to win. We'll be good coaches. And to me, it's all about recruiting. That's where it starts. And I think our guys have done a great job doing it.
This was the first year that you could be able to use that facilities thing to your advantage. Did you stress that a lot to your?
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, we try to get the advantage of everything we got. What's got to happen? Mike Cameron knows that. And there's got to be a shovel going around. We got to pull a bulldozer out there this summer and park it. Whatever we got to do. When those kids walk in there, everything's getting started, and that has to happen because once we get those facilities, in order, we'll go from probably last in this league in facilities to first or second. That's where we want to go. That's where we are going. And kids buy with their eyes. I said that all along. And to be able to walk in that new indoor with an 8-lane track around it, and to be able to walk in there in the Hall of Fame and show Randy and Chad and Troy and all the great players that come through here, and to show them the Sports Medicine Center second to none, it's going to make a heck of a difference. And it's important that we get it rolling because it's going to be important for us to go win championships, and not just football, but the entire athletic department needs that. Mike Cameron's doing a great job of getting it done.
Yeah. One guy we hadn't asked about yet was Chris Hall. He's obviously a BCS level athlete who has potential at several different positions, doesn't he?
We had him in camp last year, and he's an excellent athlete. As you mentioned, he's big. He can run. I don't know if he's going to be a D end, a tight end. I know he played quarterback in high school. I think Virginia Tech was recruited as a tight end, but he'll play somewhere. He's a good kid that is very athletic, and that's where it starts. So we'll find out where he's going to be, but he can play somewhere. I like him.
Give you a better emergency quarterback than Kelson?
I like Kelson there. Thank God we had to play him. But, can you watch Kelson run around out there? He's excited. I like to be in the game one. I may do that next year. We may have a little Kelson back next year or something.